This is my Christmas window for 2020. I've got Santa and reindeer. I got snowmen in here, kids hugging a snowman in back. Got a little church with some deer looking around the corner. Tiny Tim's hiding back there. We've got a couple of these molded Christmas trees. I really like them. They got a big, tall light inside, so that works pretty good. And I've got these, I think they're called tree toppers possibly, that are shining. I really enjoy what they look like. And the one over here in the corner kind of blinks on and off, but I wish it would stay on a little bit longer because it's got a really nice multicolored look to it.
Greetings, friends and family. I would like to take you around our home to show you our vintage Christmas displays and fun collectibles that we've thrifted for 30 plus years. We have lots of storage bins, but we have fun taking them out of the garage every year and out from under the beds for the quality stuff we don't want to get too hot or too cold, but feels like lots of Christmas presents when we're opening all these cute things. These two old Santa candles are very thick ones, shorter, and they have faces that are just a thin plastic piece glued on, so you have to be very careful washing them. I happened to find a second one years later, and I just thrifted these two candle holders also. I found the name Peggy on an ornament about 3-4 years ago, but we couldn't find Norman. I guess Norm is just too old of a name, but mine is too, so I was pretty surprised to find that. And I thrifted this very large, fancy glass Santa nutcracker ornament for like 49 cents. I just noticed that he does have a little blue paint missing from one eye over here, so that's probably why he was sent to the thrift store. But he is very big and kind of fun. And I want to show you over here. I have a very old tablecloth that I use for out here. I just folded and pressed the edge over or underneath it because it's pretty wide like this. So I didn't want it that wide, but it works to really have a large area to put all of my thrifted Santa candles. And I also thrifted all of the brass candle holders. And most of these are deer. I have a few tall, regular candle holders back there, brass. But I had a lot of fun finding all of these Santa candles in the thrift stores. I have right here a old gold candle holder. It isn't something to hold hairspray like you might be thinking. It did have a complete glass liner in it. I love these really old tapers. I'm not sure if they were Hong Kong made, possibly. There's different kinds. Like this guy back here is much taller. And then well, this is a very fancy one here. I like him a lot. So what I've done is separate the pair. So I have The mate to it is down in the other end, and they come together in the center where I have two imposters here. These large figural candles are newer, and they were in nice boxes, that they're original boxes that I found at the thrift stores, and they are by Robert Allen. You may be familiar with them if you've also looked in thrift stores too. They're quite elaborate. There's one holding a teddy bear. And these two reindeer were so funny, I just had to add them. They're holding a little Merry Christmas sign. I'd like to show you now some of the deer. This summer, I could not believe that I found two pairs of these same candle holders, deer with very large, should I be calling them stags? Very large antlers. Kind of pointy for polishing them, but I managed because I like them so much. Most of these others I found many years ago. And I also thrifted many little tiny Hong Kong candle rings of different designs. They're for tapers. Not all of these deer work well to have one of these, either around their neck like these, or around the base of the candle holder part. And there's a fancy little poinsettia or poinsettia. Both Norm and I keep saying that wrong. I guess it's poinsettia. And up here is a very fancy little one with berries on it. Little glass looking berries. I just love them. I think they add so much to the festive look. Otherwise, all of these deer would be bare. This one is a little darker with pine cones. So they are very, very fun. You'll probably hear our floor out here creaking a little bit once in a while. This is a much skinnier Father Christmas, maybe you'd call him. And here's a very funny newer Santa with the twisted bottom. So that is my fun deer collection and Santa candle collection. Now I'd like to show you the very fun old-fashioned Hong Kong plastic garland with bells on it. We added the big old plastic poinsettias at the top, and I added the ornaments, the red ornaments, which are newer, to hang on the end. And I added these separate fragile little soft gold bells that are also Hong Kong, but we really enjoy having that on the mirror. I'm sure a lot of you probably have had that same type of garland. On the end of the buffet down here, I wanted to show you a really cute stag dish, brass dish. I found that a couple Christmases ago and thought it was so unique. So he was added to the deer collection, brass deer collection. I really like him, like his fancy antlers, and that's quite a neck on him. Out here, we just thrifted this bell wreath. Norm saw it and he really liked it. We just love the sound of bells when we open the front door, which we do often. And we thrifted this really fun little bells too last year. So I do have new things. I only have 3 Christmas cards so far. Most years in the past 30 years that we've been living here, we've filled up the door with Christmas cards, but you know, folks, it's getting to be a thing of the past. I've sent out at least 40 Christmas cards every year, and Norm and I are getting less and less and less. So I'm thinking we should cut back too, because it is expensive. My hand hurts more and more every year, so that's sad. It's a tradition that is just not lasting. I printed out this picture of baby Jesus and 3 angels. It's a vintage Christmas postcard. I've shown you many holiday pictures that I print out and put out here. On our coat rack out in the front entrance here, I have 3 thrifted silky scarves that are so festive. I really enjoy wearing them in the winter with my coat or jacket. A little extra color on the outside of your jacket dresses them up very nicely, and I find them for like $1.99. They're so pretty. This is a old Hong Kong pomander. It's just a soft plastic. It has holes in the top where you can fill from the bottom some potpourri, or even like you could take cotton balls and put some oil on them, scented pine oil. It's very nice. That's a cute one we've had for a very long time. I made a couple strands of Christmassy beads. This one is glass, and the other one is just plastic. But they're fun to hang out here too, just for some more sparkle. There's an old ornament sleigh, very cute. And this one is very unique, pear shape, soft plastic, very fun old Hong Kong ornament. I love the snowman scarf. They're so cute, playing instruments. Very fun. And we have a melted plastic tiny little wreath that I hung on the door that irritates Norm. This is such a cute little Hong Kong snowman and greenery. Just old plastic. This is a bank. It's a funny little, tiny little house. Those decals, I gotta look over the phone. Yeah, those are just little decals. Funny. But it does have a slot in the back, and there's Santa. These are cake topper trees. You may be familiar with them. And I showed these 2 tiny little, either that sled is a cake topper possibly, but the other one is definitely an ornament. Made in Germany, very tiny. There's your little tiny Hong Kong, very tiny nativities. And an old, possibly that could, I don't know if that's celluloid or just thin plastic. I'm not a real expert on celluloid, but and that little Santa is very, very thin plastic, an older one. Those are Rosbro, I believe, deer. Rosbro deer, I believe. Should say that right. So that's the front entrance. Let's go look in the living room. I took advantage of the lovely floor lamp, milk glass vintage floor lamp that Norm thrifted this past summer. Took advantage of the nice light on it to hang a 1980 plastic stained glass look ornament that we had. It's quite large. Very pretty. Hanging on the edge of the lamp. And a beaded star. And added some festive Hong Kong greenery candle ring that I had to cut in back, of course, to be able to put it around the lamp. That's what I have to do, but that works out great. Very fun. Down here I just thrifted that Mercury tree topper looking ornament, and I found this Lefton sleigh in a thrift store. I've never had one of those before either, so that was a very fun find for me. And just put 3 Christmas old vinyl placemats on this little rack that Norm enjoys having next to his chair. I love using this old 60s pottery triple planter wall hanging here for some extra Christmas greenery. I really enjoy all the old candle rings that I found many years ago, and I mentioned before that I've cut them in half so I can use them on the fireplace mantle and tuck some here and there on shelving. It's really fun to have found a lot of fruit ones. They're my favorite to use in January. So that's what's up here. I'm filming this section of the video the next morning. Down here on the table we have a vintage ivory plastic church with stained glass look windows, and it lights up. It is often found missing the little cross piece on top. It plays Silent Night, I believe. It's very nice. Norm picked out that. Over here are some variety of other figurines that I've had for quite a while. These 2 adorable little ceramic carolers. They have fuzzy hair, and I don't know what that's made of. Above is a newly found, thrifted, beautiful Victorian figure girl. Very pretty in bone china. This is a darling little chalkware angel. It's a candle holder. Over here I just have some more greenery that's a taper candle holder, and we found this cute little battery candle. Shows up much better at night, of course. I'm filming this the next morning. These 3 little Homeco figurines I just found for $2.99 in their original styrofoam box. They looked very unused, so that was a very nice find. And over here I only put Mary Joseph and Baby Jesus out this year. Norm found a 13-piece plastic, very detailed set last year, and they are made in Italy. So they are a very nice set, but we do not have the stable right now. We had one that was too big, but maybe we'll find one soon. So that is what's on this table, and my beautiful, fun horse planter I found a couple years ago. I just think he's so cute for winter. Over here is a nice blow mold, plastic blow mold of 3 candles that we've had for quite a while. So that's a nice little piece to put over there in the corner by the tree here. Here's the tree, which we have shown you in another video, so I won't dwell on that too much. You've seen the ornaments. If you haven't, I hope you will take a look at the video where Norm sets the tree up and we show you the ornaments in detail. I think you will enjoy that too very much. This is a very darling Santa ceramic planter, a large planter. I found last year for only $12. He is painted very beautifully. I sure like the metallic gold bell and belt buckle that they put on him. What's so cute about him is if you looked in the back of his head, you'd see the back of his head is bald. So he's an older Santa, very, very cute. And I put the greenery in it myself. I found it at Hobby Lobby last year, and it was nice to find some that looked vintage with no glitter on it. So I was happy to find those few sprigs. He has a very nice piece, and he is musical. There's a music box inside the bag. Down below is the only plastic, hard plastic, or lucite, they're calling these bouquets of mostly poinsettias that you find. And we have quite a few poinsettia bouquets up on our living room shelving here. But this is the only one we ever found that's holly. They are dated, imprinted 1968, and the company name. So I put it in one of my crazy drip glaze ceramic pots, pottery pots that I've collected so many of and really enjoy. They're bright, bright colors. So that's over in the corner here. Here's a close-up of the very old 50s wreath that is cellophane, red cellophane, and a foil poinsettia on the bottom, leaves and foil that's usually bent up when you find them. They suffer badly in storage. So we found this a few years back and we're happy that it was in very good condition. There's the other Hong Kong wreath over there on the other side. That is probably 60s too. They are fun also. Norm really enjoys them, and he just picked that out at a very fun antique shop. Here is what I've put out on the shelving. More greenery, lots of fruity ones. And my swan there. Some more down there and another swan. A little bit in my TV lamp. Up here, there's more. I put out all red and green books. And this is a really favorite find from Red Wing, Minnesota last year. A beautiful red dove that has gold highlights. Tiny little planter. I was so happy to find that. You know how much I love birds. Up above, I still have my milk glass and just put a little bit of greenery sprig in there. Makes it festive. here is one of the, I'd say it's hard plastic, but a lot of people are calling these lucite. We have quite a few bouquets, and they were all made and dated 1969 on the bottom, I believe, which happens to be the year we were married. If I'm wrong about that and it's 68, I'll put a note in here in the video to correct myself. A little old votive. Here's another one. Now this one is a narrower one. This one up above is wider. Down here, Norm has some of his candles. He has always enjoyed the lighted things. I like my kitty cat laying on a thrifted Christmas rug there. And that's one of Norm's big Christmas tree blow molds he decided to bring in the house so he could enjoy that in the morning. I took out more of my pretty milk glass candy dishes. I love finials. So after collecting lots and lots of milk glass in the past 3 years, I decided that my favorite in the living room here is the candy dishes. So I have 4 more on the other side. And there's another one of the bouquets up there. I happened to find 2 of these. I think they're very pretty. So I did take out 2 pairs of my candle holders and put green. I happen to have 4 green lucite. I think they're gold fleck, I'm not sure, but anyways, I'm very happy many years ago that we found those. And I've got quite a few pairs of very fun Japan candle huggers. It was cute to be able to find those mice actually last year, because I've managed in, I think, 2 years it took to find a second Avon milk glass mouse. I thought they were adorable with the little holly sprig on their ear. So I have one there and the other one over here. What I did for this vase, this is a very heavy punch bowl base. And then I put a tiny milk glass plate that managed to fit just right on top. And then my tallest hobnail Fenton milk glass vase. And we did happen to find one very large poinsettia plastic or lucite, whatever they're calling it, to just poke down in there. There is the other pair of Holt Howard snowmen, a very popular one. Very cute pair in good condition last year. I may have splurged on them because they're hard to find. I would never find them in a thrift store. Then these are very nice because they happen to have gold glitter balls on them. So that is how our fireplace looks. Lots of red. During the day, the red is very bright, and that is my angel collection. I have shown parts of that in other videos of all of our Christmases past, but this is the one collection, and my Santa candles and many other things that I would not imagine me parting with for any time soon. They are very much one of of my favorite collections. So over here, the Swan TV lamp is wonderful for all year long, and I brought down my Swan. I'm going to sit down here on the couch. I brought down my pretty milk glass Swan dish that I believe is Westmoreland. That is very pretty. I think of swans very much for Christmas because of the 12 Days of Christmas song. I put another one of those poinsettias in another retro-footed planter that I really, really like. It's another one of my favorites. There is an old planter with some more fun fruit in it. Really like that. A nice big Hong Kong poinsettia that probably broke off of a bouquet, I don't know, but I use it like that. And this is something I showed in my Thanksgiving video, but I put some greenery in there too. I think it's very festive being lime green. Very fancy and fun. Oh, and I best show you the other four of my favorites, some of my favorites. Milk glass candy dishes. This one is really nice with a lot of fruit on it. I found that in La Crosse, Wisconsin. Never seen it before. There are a lot with fruit on them, but not shaped like that one. This is what, well, this is just grapes. So I shouldn't say there are a lot with fruit on them. This actually has different fruit. Very nice. I'm happy to have that. Some pretty books. And there's the rest of my milk glass. I have a pair of these little drummer boys, and they're actually banks. It's odd, they're very small, but they do have a slot in the back of their head. I have two beaded candles. They could be used as ornaments, but I really just like them on the shelf here. A little tiny Hong Kong nativity, and those two little angels I found this summer, $2.95 each, but they were 50% off. I couldn't believe it. They're very tiny. Most of those angels are much bigger. And there's the other two. Up here is half of the set of mice that I found. A boy and a girl. That was in my last thrift haul. These are old angels. I should have had the little lights flickering for you. There's so many lights to turn on around here. And the other mice. And another pair of Japan ceramic angels up there. So that that's what the shadow box looks like. I look like an elf today myself. And here's the other candle sconce. There's a pair of elves there. Pixie, they have pointed ears. Oh, and actually we have one little angel. I like finding odd ones too. So these two are odd. They are not a pair, but it certainly worked out well. For many years, we've been dressing up our 60s lucite swag lamps with some more Hong Kong candle rings. This one is a very long, large candle ring. So I have to cut them on one side in order for us to get them up over the lamps, but we really like that extra touch up high to see. Pretty fun. The one on this light is in golden tones with golden apples and pine cones. It dresses up our lights very nice. On this ceramic vintage lamp, retro style pottery lamp, we have one that's in pale greens and it's glittery. So we really like that, but sometimes Norm's got to get a ladder out, especially for this one. It's very, very high up. Very high. So he needs a ladder for that one. Okay, we can't forget the table here. Coffee table full of goodies. I started years and years ago. I'm going to sit down on the couch. Years and years ago, I decided I was crazy for Splatter glazed Christmas plates or dishes. This one has very fun, sparkly cookies on it. They are ornaments. I have searched for every cookie ornament I could ever find, and I don't seem to be finding them much these days. I did not find any this year. This is my favorite Splatter glazed dish, a sleigh. I did put real nuts in there. My favorite is pecans. Norm likes cashews. I like everything else. This one is really cute. It is a holly leaf. This is a very cute tidbit plate. And these are all teeny tiny ornaments. I couldn't resist putting them out here just to look at. I can't be buying all kinds of cookies every year that we don't eat. It's funny, we just don't seem to eat cookies much. Oh, and this is a vintage doily. I have quite a few of them. I bought them many, many, many years ago when they were probably 99 cents in the thrift stores. This one is a bell, and it is red, mostly red splatter. And these are more cookie ornaments. So I always have to warn my company, you can have candy, the nuts and the candy over there. There's candy over there. But don't bite into one of the cookies. My brother always teases me and picks up one of the cookies and pretends like he's gonna bite into it. Here's another bell. These are $4 in thrift stores or less. I'm so happy when I find one, and I just found the next one today. No, it was yesterday. Anyways, these are very fun. There's some snowflakes in there and Christmas trees, a heart. I just found this one. It's a very neat tree with a swirl divider going through it. The candy isn't as vivid. They are fruit slices and they're much more vivid in color than that. Here's the other tree I've had for quite a few years. So I have quite a collection there, as you can see. Yes, I'm crazy, I know. But they're just so cute. They're just so festive. They make me think of peppermint ice cream. This little light here in front, it says Yule log on it in gold. But I've always liked this guy because he's bright orange and red and gold. I love the orange on him. He's really tall. Nice one. These are some of my fun beaded or sequins or glittered beaded ornaments up here. There's some of my favorite ones that I decided to hang up here on my hanging pot, just to have some more fun things to look at. So that is our festive, Christmassy living room that we really enjoy. All the old things to look at. I hope you had fun looking at them too. Norm and I wish you a very blessed Christmas and a very happy and healthy New Year too. Thanks for watching. Bye now.